Sports Professor Rick Horrow inside the $1.3 trillion business of sports with your on-the-record top stories of the week and the 5 to watch for next week. Brought to you by CCON Sports, Entertainment, Innovation Conference, the best in the business, and also by USA Today. First, let's look at the opening drive. What are the top 5 business and deal-making issues of the week coming into this week? Number 1, Crawford Alvarez bout sets a new attendance record by far in Vegas. 70,482 fans at Allegiant Stadium. The live gate of over $47 million. The event broke the longstanding state record of 29,000 in 1982 and the previous attendance high at Allegiant Stadium of 63,000 for the 2024 LSU-USC football game. The bottom line is the event marked the first major boxing show promoted by an UFC President Dana White Zuffa's Boxing under the TKO umbrella. Point is, boxing is not dead. It's alive and well and living in Vegas and elsewhere. That's number 1. Number 2, the NBA overhauls its front office with some existing important sweeping changes. Adam Silver talks about restructuring teams of executives to focus on 3 significant things: fan engagement, viewership, and international expansion. The moves include placing marketing and data units under global partnership and media development, the fan engagement and chief data area, and media strategy, organizing international and youth basketball development to improve integration of content, events, and global operations. Just in time for the NBA to announce and implement its $77 billion television deal. It's a media deal because it's much larger than just television. It's going to reshape the NBA as we know it. Number 2. Number 3, the third biggest story to watch was the Broncos selecting Burnham Yard, a 58-acre former rail yard in West Denver, future site of their new stadium. The move comes as Empower Field Mile High lease sets to expire in 2030. They've talked about the 2031 opening, a long way to go, but the bottom line is they've secured much of the property, the 100 acres, from Denver Water. They've also talked about neighborhood replacement and talked about the deal with community input that'll include an entirely privately funded stadium, public infrastructure, but residential and commercial development, much like the Battery in Atlanta and other locations across the country. That's number 3. Number 4, YouTube and its revised NFL game rating system still ruffling executives at ESPN, Fox, and otherwise. Adjusted from earlier numbers, the record-setting numbers from the Chargers-Chiefs game, both talked about YouTube and their analytics need to be tested. Linear established streaming partners isn't, the complaint was the transparency isn't there. Also, the full methodological study isn't there. The revised averages about 17 million global viewers, 16 million in the U.S., 1.1 million internationally. Bigger than last year, but still below the lofty expectations. The end of the day, this has been a debate that's been going on for years. How do you count everybody? It's not just Nielsen ringing the phone and seeing who answers. If it's one person, you put down one. It's a lot more sophisticated today, watching on devices, watching on TV, counting multiple numbers. It all needs to be worked out even further. As number 4. Number 5, U.S. Open viewership hits a 3-year high. 1.1 million viewers across ESPN networks, a 39% increase over last year. Biggest audience since Serena Williams last played 3 years ago. The final between Alcaraz and Sinner, 3.3 million on ABC, 82% higher than last year's men's full final telecast. Remember, also across football. And on the women's side, Arina Sabalenka won over Amanda Anisimova, 2.4 million viewers, up 50% from the prior year. And it shows a major viewership rise, 37 to 62% for All of the rounds, 55% for the quarters, also saw strong increases. Bottom line is, not only for tennis is this important, but for the revenues raised for the USTA, which funnels a lot of the money into Plan for Growth and then funnels a lot of that money into youth development. So we're going to see some improvements way down the road. Now let's look at the 5 to watch for the next week or two. Number 1, the Esports Nations Cup lets players compete for their country, not for clubs. Riyadh, November 2026. Players will represent their nations instead of their clubs. 7 regions: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, MENA, and Southeast Asia, combining team and individual. EA, Krafton, Tencent, Ubisoft also developing the event so they get exposure as well, releasing players to play for their countries. Important for the demographics and important basically to showcase esports in the context of future Olympic development. We'll see how that all shakes out. That's number 1. Number 2, the 11 largest high school stadiums in the country for football may be different than what you expected. Tad Gormley Stadium in New Orleans, 26,000. Hawaii's War Memorial Stadium, 23. Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where the NFL kicks off, 22. Baton Rouge's BREC Memorial Stadium, nearly 22 at 21. And Happy State Bank Stadium in Canyon, Texas, 20,000. Round out the top 5. No stadiums from Florida, no stadiums from California in the top 11, but clearly Ohio, Texas, Louisiana, the top stadiums. But no matter what the size of the stadiums, don't forget Friday Night Lights. That's number 2. Number 3, Prime Video adds AI-driven insights to enhance Thursday Night Football. Next-gen stats. Pocket Health assesses offensive line protection and quantifies the risk to the quarterback. Big risk, bigger, quicker folks. End-of-game metrics. It shows probabilities and scenarios for trailing teams, how much time they'd need for a comeback, or whether a team ought to be able to take a knee or not. Is there enough time? Other tools like defensive alert, pressure alert, coverage ID, field goal target zones. A lot of issues, more AI, more nervousness, but more benefit for the common fan. That's number 3. Number 4, T-Mobile, the official business telecommunications sponsor of LA28. Operational connectivity using 5G, 15,000 plus staff, voice lines for essential personnel, push-to-talk services, connectivity between venues. The deal, by the way, pretty early, but it's one of 10 deals of sponsorship secured by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Lower sponsorship deal, but more to come. That's number 4. And then finally, Dick's unveils something we're going to see a lot more of. House of Sport. J.J. Watt serves as a guide, but it's a concept store on the website. An immersive digital walkthrough by the avatar of J.J. Watt. High tracks, multi-sports cages, the field, TrackMan simulators. Users can shop products directly from the store, can walk the 100,000 square foot simulated store. 12 more of these projected by 2025, 23 now, 75 in operation by 2027. Bottom line is, we all understand that shopping is no longer an in-store phenomena. This brings everybody together. You order online, get it delivered online, but it makes it look like it in a store. Let the buyer beware and go forward. That's number 5, the 5 to watch for the next couple of weeks. Thank you all for watching the top 10 issues in sports, what's past and what's future. Sports Professor Rick Horrow, inside the $1.3 trillion business of sports. You're on the record. See you next week.